composing the finish, drop of the shoulder, and the finish is clinical. It just makes it look pretty. He really does surprise everybody here, not least the keeper.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Lad for Set Play Gaming, and this is a FIFA 23 Stevenage career mode, and it's Road to Glory with Aidy Boothroyd, episode 37. We are in Portugal, and that's right, we're in Portugal for the European Continental Shield. It's the pre-season. Now, if you missed episode 36, what I would suggest is that you pause this video and go back and watch episode 36, only if you want to see the season review where everybody finished. As you can see the board, I've recognised that we've had a difficult season, but we're going to be playing Cambridge United, Doncaster Rovers and Casa in the pre-season tournament. This is a great opportunity for us to assess where the squad is before we begin our League One adventure. So strap yourselves in, we're going to do a highlight video and summary and see how we get on. We're going to jump right into these objectives for Season 2. They're on the screen. Sell 2 players and sign 1 important player to replace them. Those of you that have been following this career mode will have known last year our most important player was Alex Gilby, so we need to make sure that we sign him. And the youth development, medium priority here. Within 2 seasons, have at least 2 players from the youth academy signed in the first season, play 30% of the games. This will end up being one of the more harder ones to achieve, simply because the squad is so stacked in terms of experience. Get 7 clean sheets in home league matches for the brand exposure, and then finish mid-table in the League One and reach the round of 16 stage in the FA Cup. So those are very low priorities, but we still want to do them. The critical priority is to sell 2 players. Now, having reviewed what we have, it is likely that we'll be selling Jamie Reid. Moving on quickly, we have 2 players, Curtis Thomas and Teddy Brooks, both wanting to be called up from the academy. And it's a very similar scenario to the last time with Reece Edwards, is that basically these players, whilst they're not actually good enough to, take part in these games, they're not good enough to sort of like really make an impact in the first team. We just have so few numbers in terms of overall depth. So I don't want to lose them, given the fact that I spent most of this season working on them behind the scenes in the academy. So it's more than likely that Curtis Thomas, he'll come up and then we'll try and get him a loan out to sell him and move him on. And then with Teddy Brooks, it's literally just going to be a case of he has a little bit of potential here, in the sense that he's a lot more well-rounded. And the only sort of thing that we probably need to work out with Teddy Brooks is his physicality. So his strength there, 53. If we can get that up to yellow, so like a low 60s, I think this guy would start working on his technicals. And I think this guy might have a shot at getting into the first team next season. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. As always, I appreciate your feedback. Alright, so into the transfers, you can see the doors swing open. Liam O'Neill walks in, a swagger of confidence, having agreed a pre-contract signing from Cambridge in the middle of the season. Boothroyd shakes his hand, says, "Thank you very much." He's going to go straight into midfield. Now, those of you watching, remember, Alex Gilby was one of the stars of last season, and we wasted no time in securing his signature. Surprisingly, it was released by Charlton, and obviously we didn't want to run the risk of another team snapping him up. So he was our first major signing of the summer. Also, the void left by Elliot List was something that we needed to address, and we've been monitoring Tom Nichols at Crawley Town, also released as well to free agency, and with the same sort of implication. 29 years of age, but this guy is rapid, and obviously great dribbling, so he can fill Elliot List's position. Now, Bostwick, he was approached by Colchester, and Jamie Reid approached by Grimsby Town. Keeping in mind that we have that critical objective of selling 2 players, we'd already signed 2, so we agreed to sell Reid to Grimsby Town simply because he was decimated by that ACL injury. And then Bostwick agreed a low transfer to move to Colchester in League 2. This is another guy, a fantastic stalwart for the club, but declined so quickly last year. He wasn't going to get any better. I'd have liked to have kept him, but he was just going to get reduced game time because of the arrival of O'Neill, so it's best for me moving on. Now the next bit of business, Harvey Cartwright, the goalkeeper at Hull City. We've been watching this guy for a number of months. Last year, if you remember, we had Lewis Thomas on loan, and before that we had Tay Ashby Hammond. So we realised there was a void there, a permanent replacement for the backup goalkeeper spot, and I just think that this makes good sense. 300k is a bargain for somebody that's only going to get better, and I think he'll do a tremendous job. He's 21 years of age and pretty much just as good as Lewis Thomas, so in comes Harvey Cartwright on those wages. We're happy with that. Now the transfer business is very minimal right now. We've only spent 300k, we've got a lot of money left to spend, so if you have any suggestions at all what you think we should go for, then please do let me know. My actual strategy here is to try and give the guys from League 2 a chance. The guys that got us up, I want to be loyal to them, and then obviously try and buy somebody in January. So let me know in the comments what you think, and then yeah, we'll move on to the games. Alright, so the opening game of the pre-season, we're up against Cambridge United at the Estadio de Luz in Benfica. And here we go, opening few minutes. You can see already there's some chemistry here as the threaded through pass to Rose. He's looking for Norris at the back post, just out of range as Dimitar Mitov gathers the ball. And then, as I said, moving on in the opening 5 minutes, once again just picking these holes and finding these spots. Robbie Gotts with an absolute peach of a goal, catching Mitov off his line, and from distance that is a fantastic strike from Robbie Gotts. This guy did miss some games from injury last year, so we're hoping that he stays injury free in the second season and get the absolute best out of him. If this guy can be at his absolute best, I've no doubt he can get to 70 overall before the end of season 2. Now, just a few minutes before half time, Norris goes down clutching his leg, his knee. Not a good sign for us, and thankfully nothing too serious. At half time we go in against Cambridge 1-0 and hopefully see this out in the second half. Going into the second half then, just a few minutes played into the second half, Nibs sets up Ironside and his shot just dragged wide, and Cambridge looking like the side that could get back into it as they continue to pound on the door for the equaliser. Ironside into May, and then May back to Ironside again. Past it to May, and a long raking drive. He gets the power and the distance, but not the accuracy. And then a few minutes left to go. Piagiani has to commit himself here. I thought he was a bit unlucky in this one. The referee doesn't end up booking him. But we end up here with a solid win. A clean sheet, obviously. Still figuring out a lot of things. Some of the players coming in still kind of jaded a little bit. So some bad news. Norris suffers a sprained knee injury, so he's going to miss the start of the season, but it's not too serious. Alright, and another bit of transfer business for us here. You remember the back end of last season we loaned in Miles Leeburn and we identified the need for a target man. Well, with this guy here, Oliver Hawkins, he is a jumbo of a player, 6'6", and the 31-year-old centre-back can also play striker. From Mansfield Town, 175,000, that's a great bit of business from Aidy Boothroyd. And he's going to be making his start today against Doncaster Rovers as we continue our pre-season warm-ups. In the opening few minutes, you see Alex Gilby drops the shoulder, opens up the space, and Mitchell with a fantastic save to preserve the clean sheet. Gilby thought that was going in. And then again, we're just basically trying to overload the box here, and you'll see O'Neill lost the ball in, and look at this control, brings it down, centre back on the floor, and look at that finish on his debut. It's a fantastic goal from Ollie Hawkins, and you see here on the replay the centre back just gets completely out muscled. O'Neill actually with his second assist of pre-season, and a lovely composed finish, just rolls it past Mitchell. You'll see Hawkins here providing a chance for Gotts, and Mitchell pushes it around the post. Feels like he's playing on his own right now. We're going to half time and we are a goal up once again. looking to try and get our second win of pre-season in Portugal. And you'll see Doncaster didn't waste any time. You'll see Agumbo gets caught on the ball here, and then Seaman with the play back into the box. Biggins sets up Miller, and Miller just, I guess he kind of guides that past Chapman. Agumbo should have just gotten clear, but he got caught dawdling on the ball, just about squeezed that in. And then on the hour, we chance Liam O'Neill causing problems, and he's going to come back. Gotts here with the ball, and look at this footwork from Gotts. This guy looks electric at the minute, and he tried to pick out Hawkins in the 6-yard box, and O'Neill fires it over the crossbar. He's yet to score for us, but he's looking very, very good. And then with a minute left to go, great takedown from Hawkins into Gotts, and he sees the space, and he's just about got enough room to squeeze in and fire that in past Mitchell. Doncaster players collapse on the ground. They thought they'd got themselves a draw here, but Gotts at the end just drives through the middle, and that's Gotts with his second goal in pre-season. So 2 in 2 for the influential midfielder, and we're looking to see more from him in the season, Robbie Gotts. So we end up winning this one by 2-1, and Hawkins getting a goal on his debut. You guys can leave comments and let me know what you think about that one. So heading into the final match against Casa from Portugal, and a chance really making a big impression in this tournament, with the winner here ending up winning the tournament overall, the European Continental Shield. If Casa win this one, then they win the tournament, the hosts. But if we win it, then we take a trophy home with us. And 5 minutes into the game, you see Suarez manages to get free, and then a pass is blocked with Diakov with a snapshot. And I believe that Diakov, it's actually a first signing for them. It's his debut goal for him, Nazar Diakov. This guy proved to be quite elusive. You'll see the pass coming in. It's blocked initially by Piergiani, but it's not enough. And then a quick snapshot past Cartwright. There he is, Nazar Diakov, after just 6 minutes, opening the scoring for the hosts. We're just trying to get back into the game. Hawkins bringing this inside. He's going to pick out Nichols, and then Nichols is going to play the ball into the box, and look at that, arriving like a jumbo jet in the 6-yard box. Oliver Hawkins, there's only going to be one winner there, isn't there? Look at this, tremendous lead, and just heads it past the goalkeeper. So ties the game up at 1-1, and then straight away within a few minutes, they catch us out on this left-hand side. Diakov back in, smashes it low past Cartwright, and it's 2-1. This guy just cannot be stopped. Say what we want for all the power and the athleticism, but this guy is not even that big. He's just really elusive, and he gets away from the centre-backs, pulls in between Piergiani and gets the goal. And then 10 minutes before half-time, you'll see Cordero blazes a shot wide. Possibly should have done better for the hosts. They felt that the game was probably in their control. At half-time, we are 2-1 down. This is the first time in pre-season that we're behind. We're trying to get ourselves back into the game. Slater on the overlap on this left-hand side. Look at this for a cross from Slater. And then how about this? Not only can he head the ball, but he can volley too. We'll see hilariously in this replay as the ball comes in. Hawkins almost kicks the head off the centre-back. You'll see again in a close-up as it comes in. Jumps up. Bam! Fantastic stuff from Hawkins. That's to brace here today. And he says, come on, we can win this. Just give me the ball in the 6-yard box. 10 minutes left to go. Nichols pulls out to the left. Remember, he can play left wing as well as play striker. But here, lovely little 1-2. Brooks with a little bit of a cameo. And then Nichols is going to get this cross into the box. And who else? Oliver Hawkins into the box. Absolutely unstoppable in the air. And you'll see on this replay, he makes that run from the edge of the penalty spot. And there's no stopping him. Oliver Hawkins with a hat-trick in his second game. meaning he's now scored 4 goals in 2 appearances. Whether he can do this in League One will remains to be seen, but certainly the Portuguese didn't have any answers to him, and we finished the game full time 3 goals to 2. The board congratulate us on the European Continental Shield win, and obviously the fit players feel well gelled. 3 wins out of 3, 6 goals scored, 3 conceded, and you can see there the finishing league table as the Continental Shield gets to a closing stage. Let me know what you think in the comments. Alright guys, as always, I thank you so much for joining me in today's episode. When we come back in 2 days' time, we begin the season proper with a home match, opening game against Exeter City, before beginning August 2023 with a match against Bolton away. This should be a fantastic episode. Thanks a lot for joining me. It's our lad for Set Play Gaming.